Hello there. I decided to take you along with me as I do my best to get out of a rut that I feel I have been in quite some time when it comes to my yoga online marketing offering and all those types of stuff. So for the longest time I have been telling friends and to myself that I will get on top of things, I will put together some sort of structure and have this place where people can go and find useful resources and so on when it comes to my yoga teachings and offerings. So I feel like I've done a not such a bad job so far. I do have some stuff already present on my website, and I do my best to post on YouTube. I also teach in person. I'm a mum of two, I have a doggy and a house to look after. So all of these things I feel at times I don't really give myself enough credit for. And I find that sometimes when I sit down, either through practices like meditation, breathing, in general mindfulness, where I can just reflect and contemplate, it gives me a better perspective on reality. And another thing I find really useful is to just brain dump and write all the to-do lists so that I have more of an idea on what I can prioritize, because I'm sure you would agree that prioritization is one of those things that sometimes we do what needs to be done and there's very little time left to do the things that we want to do. And when we don't do what we want to do, we end up feeling resentful, mostly towards ourselves. So that's my dog. He's chasing his tail. Well done. You got it. High five. Yeah, so prioritizing what we want, right? And what I did, since I already had enough of just thinking about what I need to do, I decided to take some actionable steps in the direction that I want to go towards. And that was filming this vlog. So here we are. I set up my batteries last night to charge so that I had them ready in the morning. And then this morning I have spent a good amount of time clearing things up. I even hoovered, washed the dishes, had breakfast, and now I feel more in that headspace where I can just relax. I don't need to think about the things that need to get done, which of course there's always things to get done. But you know, I have more of a spacious mind that allows for creativity, which is what is required for me to do this vlog. And another thing I'm gonna do in a moment is brain dump all of the things that I want to get done today and share with you. And in my mind at the moment, it feels like a lot. So I feel like I'm going to struggle a little bit picking exactly what I want to focus on, because there's a few things I want to focus on. And this is the thing, mindset as well as energy levels, working in those moments where you feel productive is really key to have a structure in place, because you may just end up losing that momentum, that energy and creative mind. So let's make the most of it, and I hope you find this video useful. I'm going to start by feeding my sourdough first, because that's something else I need to work with later on. You'll find out what I'm making, so stay with me and let's get to it. So if you were wondering how long it takes to delete footage from a full 128 gigabyte memory card, let me tell you, it took me about 50 minutes. Probably could have been done quicker, but the main thing is it's done. And it was something that was holding me back from filming for quite a while because the footage I had on there, I just had to sort into different folders, and it's time consuming, as you now know. So I did in the meantime. I really hope you can hear me with this microphone, by the way. I've got my list all ready. Needed to clear my memory card, which I'm going to cross out now. And I also want to study some Sanskrit. For those of you who don't know, I have been studying Sanskrit this year. Then I need to prep my sourdough. I would like to do some structuring for the website and offering. I actually remembered that quite some time ago I filmed a video. I think I'm going to review that. I've been sitting down for quite a while. My mind's a little stagnant. So what I would like to do now is go for a walk, take Rex out. I've just seen this. Rexy. There we go. Let's go for a walk, enjoy the sunshine, and then we'll come back and see where we are at, how we're feeling.
Crust, if the list goes on, you can use it in any kind of breaded product, and it does add a delicious bit of extra flavor.
Mama, can you write on your phone how to make a comic? Because I want to make a comic. Other children that are vegetarian, they only present them with potato or tuna or cheese.
Yeah.
Alexa, even though their parents ordered them something else, they still have to do that. Alexa, play Minecraft. Mama, look, I did it. Mama.
Well done.
Mixy, mixy, mixy.
It's going to be hard to mix though.
Mama, please, can I mix it?
Well. Hold the bowl and Mama will mix. Rexy. Rex, къде си ме?
feels something stuck on it too, because it accidentally got it off. See, this is as much a sauce as I needed. I want it all burnt.
Here we are at the end of our challenge, which was to get out of a rut, to become more productive, and to finish a task, which was to film this YouTube video. And let me tell you, it was not an easy task. I really wanted to focus on the message, which was, despite the time and effort something requires, if there's a strong reasoning, a strong desire, a strong why to why you choose to do that, the process is what's important. It's not so much the end result, because here we are at the end of this video, which was my initial desire to make, and now that it's finished, what's next? It's another process that begins. So what we learn along the way, how we feel along the way, observing ourselves, and through that observance is where we become more connected to who we are. And what I have realized during these couple of days, where I have really focused on meal prepping and sourdough making and in general health as one of my strong values, which I only a few years ago maybe realized that I held strongly within me, that health was important. And it's funny when I say that, because of course we all strive to be healthy, but then what we aim towards and what our actions reflect can be two very different things. So what I'm trying to say is that I have been making more of a conscious effort in the past few years to upgrade my health, and through that intention, my actions hopefully at some point start to match my visions. And so even though it requires time and effort for me to work with sourdough, the effects it gives me through that process, not only as an end result, so the food that then we get to eat, but also the process of baking, of making sourdough dough is very enjoyable to me. And it kind of gets me in that brain or mind state that things like yoga and meditation get me connected to. I feel much calmer, more at peace, and I get to zone out for a little bit. As a whole, I know that I am contributing to that health aspect. Beyond that, whatever happens is out of my control. So if you too have been thinking about maybe starting a project or trying something new, then I encourage you to do that. And no matter how long it takes, enjoy the journey, as they say. What I've learned this week is if you want to accomplish a goal or succeed, you need to be willing to compromise and put in the effort required. Challenge yourself to complete a task by holding yourself accountable. This will keep you motivated and on the right track. So coming back to your why you started, what motivated you to be here, and also how it could benefit others. Whether you're sharing online, whether you're sharing with community in person, or even what you do having an effect on you. And when you change, as the great Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. So every little shift that happens within you is projected out into the world. And the more you're able to step out of your comfort zone into the unknown is where growth happens. Be trusting that those ideas, those desires you have will lead you along that path where you will learn and grow and expand, and through that expansion you will have an effect on others too. What you say and what you do can impact even if one person who's having a stressful day, who because of what you did or said or created or shared into the world had a less of a stressful time and day. I'm mostly really proud that I got to finish the online offer, which I have been thinking about doing for a really long time, and it's finally done. I would love to know if you find it useful. Head over to my website where you can get a free download of a 15-minute yoga practice and some more helpful resources on there that you can check out. Everything is linked in the description box below. And for all of those to-dos and tasks I had on my list that did not get finished this week, well, join me on my next video as we continue to tick them off, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.